The responses from the left are advocating for this man's death. Because this guy said, police, hey, look, I found evidence that may lead you to this murderer. Leftists on X are calling him a snitch, threatening him with violence. Take a look at this. Natalie F. Danilician on X says Blue Sky is allowing threats of violence on its platform from none other than Taylor Lorenz. So a big story broke where Blue Cross Blue Shield will no longer cover anesthesia for the full length of certain surgeries in Connecticut. And she responded by posting the CEO of Blue Cross. Now, you may say, oh, well, maybe she wants to protest. No. She said, and people wonder why we want these executives dead. She actually said that. This is insane. This is what we have been fighting against for a decade. When we say the woke people are nuts, they're violent and they're dangerous, it's people like that. This should not be tolerated.
Well, I think that it's going to be tolerated on Blue Sky.
No, I'm saying like, I agree. But I mean, like politically, we voted to shut this stuff down. We voted for Donald Trump to bring accountability, to say we're not going to tolerate a fringe far left extremist element in these spaces anymore. Now, to a certain degree, you have your free speech, but when you cross over into advocating for, or I should say being careful here, if you are directing or party to planning to commit harm and advocating for these things, there are varying degrees of repercussions that I believe you should face.
I mean, look, man, I think that the law is a valuable tool that we have in these United States, and I do believe that what Taylor is doing there could be construed as illegal. So I wouldn't have a problem with if the police gave a visit to Miss Taylor Lorenz for advocating harm to someone.
Saying that this is why I wish someone was dead is very different than advocating for someone's. Unfortunately, in this instance,
putting up her face.
Yeah, I mean, it's legal.
No. But I didn't. So here's the issue.
Disgusting.
She said she has a third post where she said people have very justified hatred towards these CEOs. I'm not going to read everything she said. She's nuts. She then says that she personally wants them dead, and then posts the image. So no, hold on. I'm not saying she's going to jail for it, but I'm saying there's a degree of repercussion you could face where it's like, I'm okay with banning people from social platforms who are doing things like this. Granted, she's on Blue Sky. Blue Sky will ban you for using the wrong pronouns, but they're going to allow her to do these things. That's nuts to me.
Taylor literally just yesterday banned me because I said she's a national treasure. She's a treasure. She blocked me because I took a post that she said on Blue Sky and I put it up and I was like, she's hilarious or something like that. Something innocuous, and she blocked me. But then the crazy woman goes and starts alluding to positive messages about harm to other people. She's a horrible person.
I honestly
horrible
wonder
person.
This is just her trying to be like a shock jock now, where she's kind of skidding out of relevance and knows that she wants to just tread the line of the First Amendment as much as she possibly can, just so we talk about her. She goes to the front of Blue Sky. People know about that.
Don't you think that she believes it, though? Don't you think? Because my sense is that she's actually a leftist, and leftists believe that people that make too much money are evil. Like, there's not a lot of debate about that. If you're dealing with the far left, they believe that you are a bad person for making too much money.
And I don't follow her too much, but isn't she the person that got, she doxed the other girl and then got very, very upset? People were coming, has the infamous crying. That's her, right?
She has done similar things to that, yeah.
So then I kind of feel like this would be the perfect thing. I'm not saying she's playing 5D chess necessarily, but what if she's out there just saying, let me say these astronomically insane things that are just terrible to her fellow human, then later on it's like, oh my God, when everybody calls me out, I'm the victim here. And it's just this new cycle that she gets where she becomes relevant again, producing absolutely nothing for the
again,
new cycle.
I can't see inside of her heart. I don't know what she intends, but it's my belief by reading past things that she said and knowing the left that at the very least she does think that rich people are bad. Like you are morally wrong if you make too much money. If you accept a position that makes too much money, that's a very common perspective on the far left. It's the whole reason for the communist revolutions all over the world, and those are as bloody as you can get. right? The reason that communist revolutions happen is they believe that the bourgeoisie have stolen from the proletariat by having all the money that they have. And I don't ascribe to that worldview at all. I believe that the pie grows and some people get outsized portions of it, but when the whole pie grows, everyone benefits. So the more successful an economy is, the more benefits everyone that lives in that economy will enjoy. People that are on the left tend to believe that the pie is static. It doesn't get bigger. So the larger portions that other people are taking, the less fortunate have to scrape by on. And if that were the case, which again I don't agree with it, if that were the case, then it is actually reasonable to say those people are evil. Yeah. But I think that that's not the case, but I do believe that Taylor believes that she believes that it's okay to look at people that have a lot and say you've gotten that by taking from someone else.
So I'm going to give a shout out to Landman, that new Tyler Sheridan show. You guys got to watch it because it's great. I mean, Yellowstone was awesome, and it sucks Costner left. Because now the show's basically falling apart. They're just killing everybody. I'm not going to watch it. But Landman's got Billy Bob, and Billy Bob's great. I don't know about his politics or whatever, but the show's good. And there's this viral scene where he's talking to this presumably liberal woman, and they're looking at wind turbines. And he's like, you know how much oil it takes to make this effing thing? He's like, from all the diesel to haul it out here to 12 feet of concrete in the ground, and how much oil you got to lubricate it, that thing won't offset its carbon footprint. He explains that they set up wind turbines to power the oil pumps. And she's like, they're using green energy to pump oil. And he's like, no, they're using alternative energy because there's no lines out here and they need electricity from somewhere. The reason I bring that up, the average person believes complete and utter BS. And we all know it. That's why we rag on the fake news all the time. So what's disconcerting to me is, I'll tell you, I don't know a lot about this guy. What I see with this guy, though, and the response from the left is they don't know what they're talking about. So they see a CEO and they blame him personally for why they got denied or what happened. For all we know, this guy recently got promoted a few years ago, and he was like, it's my dream to fix these stupid insurance companies that are screwing people over. For all they know, this guy's in that company banging his fist on the table, being like, stop denying these people. And they're like, you don't have the power. I'm going to be CEO. Mark my words. You have no idea. I doubt it. But there's a great scene also, shout out Game of Thrones, which kind of, they went off the rails there, where Daenerys Targaryen takes over a city of slavers, strings up all the oppressors, and then some guy comes in and says, my dad was fighting to end slavery and you killed him. That's what worries me when these people are violent, dangerous lunatics and they target random people. This is why we have courts, because the founding fathers were like, yo, we don't want mob justice because the mob is wrong. So you got to prove it to a jury of your peers and to the public why someone did something wrong. Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.